Hey gang, Fried Piper here. Doing a little VR tonight for my man Pipe and Cigar Therapy. Um, if you have not gone to his channel yet, you've got to get over there. This guy has been on the scene for less than 2 weeks, and he's got 100, maybe a few more subscribers already. So he's really taken off. He's got a great channel. He's got great content, very unique content. He's talking about some things that we need to be talking about. How can we help each other, and how can we be the best that we can possibly be? And things that interest him also interest me. He was talking about mental health, and I have a background in psychology. Went to school for it. So that's pretty cool. I hope to talk to him a little bit more about that. But tonight, I'm going to answer a couple of questions that he posed. And the first is, what is my greatest fear? Now, I could easily tell him my greatest fear is heights, because it is. I can't even get on a 3-step ladder without getting vertigo. And every time I climb up into my tree stand to go hunting, it is a challenge for me. But I think he deserves a little bit better answer than that. So for me, my greatest fear, I think it relates to your greatest fear, man. For me, it's not living up to my potential. And that always was associated with my job and my relationship with my wife. But now, as a new dad, I fear that I'm not going to live up to my potential as a dad, or do enough to be considered a good dad, or furthermore, I guess, to mold my kids into the people that I hope that they will one day be. It's a crazy time right now. Things have changed so much since I was a kid. I'm 32. When I was growing up, we didn't have computers. I had my first computer when I turned 16 or 17, something like that. Social media did not exist. The internet was in its infancy at that point. We're talking about, like, when I was a teenager, the whole Napster ordeal went down. And I went through Y2K and all that stuff, which we're far beyond now. Social media didn't exist. We had AOL Instant Messenger, and the most you had to worry about was what was in your profile, and did you have the most interesting song lyrics in font in your AOL profile at that time. It's a little different now. We have online personas. Speaking of, hey, we're on YouTube. We're in social media right now. And, for me, I don't have a Facebook. I haven't had a Facebook account in 7 or 8 years by choice. Not because I'm afraid of it, but because it adds a lot of complication to my life, especially my job. So I feel like I'm not probably the most prepared to educate my children on some of the dangers of social media, and how much you can expose yourself, and how very quickly you can be preyed upon online. And that's just one aspect of our society today. I feel like I have a lot to do to prepare myself and to prepare my children for when they go to public school, and when they're starting to understand the landscape out there politically and socially for themselves. So there's a lot of fear in that for me, and my kids are young. They don't have to worry about a lot of that stuff right now. They're 2 years old, my son, and my daughter is 7 months old. So we got a ways to go. I got a lot of time to get things to where I want them to be. But parent, and you know, that's part of the job. You gotta be afraid a little bit. You gotta be worried. So I hope that answers your question. It was a little bit non sequitur, but that is my greatest fear. For me, my biggest dream, which was the second question you asked, man, I've got to kind of reestablish that for myself. My biggest dream, up to the point where I'm 32 years old, has always been to have a beautiful home, to become a father, to have a great marriage, and to have a great job. And I've achieved all those things. So I'm at the point in my life where I have to look ahead to the next 32 years and decide what that's going to look like and what my goals are going to be and what my dreams are going to be. And I guess, and it's not a great answer, but for me, my biggest dream is to continue onward and to be more successful with my job and to continue to be successful with my marriage and even more so, and to be a great dad. And you know, I want my kids to experience things that I didn't get a chance to experience when I was growing up. I want to travel. I want to give them the things that they want, and allow them to experience a lot of things that, you know, as a kid, I never missed. I didn't miss traveling or anything like that. We did enough traveling, but you know, I've never been out of the country, and I want my kids to be able to appreciate other cultures and experience food and experience history and experience, you know, all those things. And I personally want to experience those things because as much as I've traveled in the U.S., I haven't traveled abroad, and there are some goals that my wife and I have for the next, you know, few years where we want to get out and do those things. So yeah, again, not a great answer, but my biggest dream is to be in a place in my life where I can just do that. You know, we can choose to go to Ireland, or we can choose to, you know, take a trip to South America, or, you know, whatever it happens to be. Go to Alaska and do some big game hunting and some fishing, and I guess that would be a big dream of mine. So yeah, I hope that answers your questions. Congratulations, man. I'm really enjoying your channel. I'm super proud of you, man. I can't believe how quickly you've jumped up to 100. And I know that you're just going to keep on exploding. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm loving your channel. Every time you post something, I'm right there, ready to watch it. And I'll continue supporting from the sidelines. And if you need anything, certainly reach out. Hopefully we can do a little tobacco trading in the future. And I know I have a lot to learn from you, and hopefully you'll learn a couple things from me too. That's what's so great about the YTPC and being a part of this community. So very stoked and happy for you, man. So congratulations, and we'll see you next time.